Most people think making money with Amazon KDP creating coloring books is hard. They assume that you need to have design skills, buy expensive software, or take hours of work to create detailed hand-drawn illustrations. But what if I told you that one seller is making nearly $8,000 per month making these simple coloring books? And the best part is, you can do it too. Now, if this is your first time here, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. So if this sounds like you, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. Today, we're talking about the Satisfying Patterns coloring book. It's one of the easiest, most overlooked, yet highly profitable niches in KDP. These books are simple to create, they sell year-round, and have low competition with high demand. You can make them in different styles, like the square, bold, and easy type, or even the classic 8.5 by 11 inch format. And because they focus on repetitive, satisfying designs, people love coloring them for relaxation, stress relief, and creativity. So in this video, I'm going to break it all down for you, what this niche is and why it's so profitable, real examples of books making thousands every month, and most importantly, how you can start creating these books today with a simple tool that makes this process fast and easy. Before we dive in, I won't be able to cover every single detail of the KDP process in this video, but if you want a full step-by-step breakdown of everything from research to publishing and more, make sure to check out my KDP Royalty Roadmap. It's my completely free guide designed to walk you through this entire process of publishing low and medium content books on Amazon KDP. So if you're serious about making this work, I'll leave the link down below. Now, the first thing that we want to do is make a search for Satisfying Patterns coloring book on Amazon, because we want to know what kind of books are here so we can look at them and we can see the interiors of these books. As you can see, there's already a bunch of Satisfying Patterns coloring book here. Bold and easy designs for adults and teens with simple geometric and cute illustrations. So here's one right here. Here's another Satisfying Patterns coloring book from a different publisher. Notice this one is by this publisher. This one is a different publisher. We have a little bit of a different one right here. This is Comfy Patterns. And if we keep scrolling down, another Satisfying Patterns. This one again, Satisfying Patterns. So a lot of Satisfying Patterns here, all from different types of publishers and all selling very well. Now, if we scroll back up, we got to look through all of this data right here. Now, this information comes from Titan's Quick View. It's a free plugin you can download, helps you with KDP research. So head over to the Chrome Web Store, search up Self-Publishing Titans. It's this one right here, Titan's Quick View, the Amazon Niche Finder. You can also install the Titans Pro, which will help you with some more stuff like the suggestion expander. But once you have that, you're gonna get this information. So the first thing that pops out to me are the total results. We see 611. Now, when I'm looking at the potential profitability of any given niche, I look for three simple things. Number one has to do with competition. So there's no point putting a book up on Amazon in an overly competitive niche, because it basically means that you're gonna have a harder chance at getting your book ranked on the first or second page of Amazon so that it can be seen and it can be sold. So in order to find a good competitive number, I'm looking for search results that have about 1,000 or less, because this is gonna tell me that the competition is not too competitive, which means that I'm gonna have an easier chance at getting my book ranked on the first page of Amazon without having to resort to things like KDP ads, advertising, marketing, or those kind of things. Number two has to do with demand. So there's no point putting a book up on Amazon if no one is searching for those types of books. So in order to judge demand, I'm looking for at least 3 KDP books that all have a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below, because this is going to tell me that these books are currently selling right now, which means that there is some type of demand here. Number three, I'm looking for a niche score from Titan's Quick View that basically validates the first 2 steps, and that is a score of at least 50. Now, if we take a look at this book, this is the Satisfying Patterns Coloring Book Volume 2, priced at $10.99, which is higher than your typical price point for coloring books. Because if we look at this KDP royalty calculator, we can see that's a standard royalty of over $4 per book sold, with the extended distribution at $2.25. typically these books are priced more like $6.99, which is with a standard royalty of $2. And I see them $7.99, maybe even $8.99, which is about a $3 standard royalty. However, with that $10.99 price point, that is an extremely high standard royalty, which means that this book is very lucrative if you can get it to sell. Now we can see it only has 83 pages in total length, which is telling me that yes, 40 single-sided pages. So basically 40 illustrations. And this is your 8.5 by 11 inch typical coloring book size. Now, if we scroll down here to look at some A+ content, well, we can see there is no A+ content. However, this book is still selling quite well because it has a 24,263 BSR, which if we plug into this Amazon KDP book sales calculator, we can see that equates to about $53 per day in estimated royalties, which is almost $1,600 per month. Now, if we check out this sample, so here is the cover. Very generic, very simple style of cover, but that's what works with this type of book. Bold lines and the pattern behind. And if we scroll to the first page, the book belongs to page is also a coloring page pattern. And if we look, here is the start of the coloring pages. As you can see, very simple patterns. There's actually only one page in the interior, which tells me that we need to go to the reviews to try to find some more of these pages. And here it is. If we go to all photos, we can see exactly what's inside of the book. So here's some puzzle pieces, some more of these patterns, and then we can get an idea of what it looks like. So if we want to replicate this book, we have an idea of what sells well. Now, if I scroll back up, remember right here, the title, Satisfying Patterns. Well, it says volume 2. So there has to be a volume 1. So right here is part of a series. So if I click here, we can see that this publisher actually has 2 of these books, Satisfying Patterns coloring book right here, and then the volume 2 that we just looked at. They also have some other types of coloring books, all in the same type of vibe, type of theme, type of style of coloring, but I'm more interested in the Satisfying Patterns. So if we check out their volume 1, we can see very similar. It's priced a little bit lower at $9.99, but it only has 30 single-sided pages, which is only 63 pages in total length, same size, 8.5 by 11 inches. If we scroll down, let's take a look at this graph real quick. I like to zoom out just to show you the evergreen type of quality this book has. We can see that it sells well year round. There is a portion right here. I don't know what happened with the book that it wasn't selling, but once again, we can see that it's selling very well. And if we scroll down to look at some A+ content, once again, no A+ content. I'm not even gonna bother to look at the sample. Let's just go ahead and look at the reviews. Let's look at all the photos here. And so we can see similar types of interiors as volume 2, just different patterns. Here's another one right here. And then obviously some more patterns right here. Now, if we take a look at that bestsellers rank of 3,850, that's good for $207 per day, well over $6,000 per month in estimated royalties. Now, if we look back at this information from Titan's Quick View, we see the total results is 611 for this niche, which is well below that 1,000 or so that I'm looking for when it comes to competition. So this is telling me that yes, in fact, there is not a lot of competition here. If you put up a good looking book with a nice cover, nice interiors, you can do pretty well. You can get your book ranked on the first or second page of Amazon so that it can be seen and it can be sold. Now, the exact match basically means how many books on the first page of Amazon is ranking for this exact keyword in their book's title. So we see 9 out of 16. And then how many books on the first page here are independently published, meaning how many books are KDP books. We see 15 out of the 16 books. The average bestsellers rank is quite low at 176,000. The average reviews, 338. And the average price, $8.15, with the niche score being 72. And if you remember with my step 3, I'm looking for at least 50. This is well above that. Now, all we have to look for are those 3 KDP books that all have a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below. So with the first book, if I hover over it, we can see that it's independently published, which is exactly what I'm looking for, which means it's a KDP book with the bestsellers rank of 3,850. So this is one book that's showing demand. We have another one right here, but I'm not really going to look at this, even though it is a bestseller, because it is sponsored. This is also sponsored. Now this one, Satisfying Patterns, independently published, 35,000 BSR. So another one that's selling very well, showing demand. And then obviously volume 2, 24,000 BSR. So those are the three books. So this satisfies all those steps, but I also still like to look through the entirety of the first page just to see how many books are selling well. We have another one right here, 84,000 BSR, 50,000 BSR. This one's 98,000 BSR. Keep scrolling down. This one's 350,000 BSR, 79,000, 260,000. So we can see as we keep going down the first page that the books still sell relatively well. So that's really your goal, is just to get on the front page of Amazon, because all of the signs are pointing that there are definitely potential for profits here. So now it's time to actually think about how to create the interiors of this book. Now, what you could do is you could go to Creative Fabrica, get their yearly all access for $3.99 per month, and you can go make a search for patterns and look at all of these different types of interiors that you could use for this type of book, and basically mix and match these interiors until your heart's content. But to be on the safe side, what you would want to do if you're using Creative Fabrica is you want to go and just look at one of these interiors. And for example, this Comfy Patterns Bold and Easy Coloring, what you could do is you could take certain elements from this interior and make your own. Likewise, you can use a coloring book maker like Nurier Creator to go ahead and spit out some of these images. So I did bold, simple heart and clip art style, triangle, flowers, and stars. And then this is what it came up with. As you can see, there's 4 images per set, but I was thinking I could use something like this to create a pattern. For the triangles, I could use something like this one or this one, just a simple triangle. And then with the flowers, I need to actually revise the prompt because I just want the petals. And then for the star, we could use something like this one. So we could download all of these as an SVG zip, open up Canva, get a free account. All of these links are down below in the description, and then create a custom size. We're gonna do 8.5 by 11 inches for this one. And then with those downloads that we have, both from Creative Fabrica and from Nurier Creator, the AI art generator, I'm gonna go ahead and upload all of those. I'm just gonna drag it to the upload section. Now, once we have all the images uploaded, what you wanna do is look for one like this one right here. You can drag the image down to hide certain portions. So for example, if I want the flower petal right here, I could do something like this. And then I could find another one of the images. So let's go with this one right here. Let's say I want the apple. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the apple. And let's say I wanna make a pattern with both of these. Well, all you need to do is go ahead and duplicate these. So for example, let's go ahead and make a pattern here. And then what you can do is highlight all of it and just duplicate it and keep duplicating it to fill in the page. Now you can make adjustments by just duplicating certain elements here, putting it where the white space is to kind of fill in the rest of the image. And then there you go. You could also, if you wanted to, make them bigger, smaller. And this is just a simple way of doing this. Now with those images from the AI art generator, what you could do is if we add a page, for example, let's grab this heart, put on the page. Let's grab another element. Let's do the triangle right here. And we can go ahead and make a pattern here. I'm just gonna do a simple pattern like this. And then we're just gonna duplicate it like that. Now I want to fit all of these onto the page. So I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller, just kind of center it like that. And then we just created another pattern. This is from the AI art generator. This one is from actual Creative Fabrica interiors. Once again, you can just take elements. So from this one page, we can make our own image because we could just do something like this and then we can duplicate it. Now we can get the one that we want here, duplicate this again. As you can see, we have all of them right here. And what we could do is we could mix and match with other elements from other pages, from other interiors on Creative Fabrica, or you could just do something like this, where you can kind of rotate them and then duplicate them. So we can do this, go ahead and duplicate them, put them in different areas. We can make some bigger. And there you go, another interior completed. Now what you want to do is you want to add a blank page in between these interiors to act as the back side of these pages, because if you can just imagine, your customer is going to be coloring on this page, it's going to bleed through the back. So you really don't want to have another coloring image on this back side. So every other page should be a blank page. And theoretically, you should have at least 70 pages to have a complete interior. And then once you do, all you need to do is hit share, hit download. Download as a PDF print, choose CMYK, all pages, and then download this. It'll be ready to upload onto KDP. Now, if you want to make your own images and create patterns with them using Nurier Creator, I'll leave the link down below. Or if you want to just use Creative Fabrica, all of the interiors that are already done, and then just pick and choose from those elements to make the patterns. I'll also leave the link to Creative Fabrica down below. Also, don't forget about my KDP royalty roadmap, which is gonna fill in all of the pieces that I missed on this video from the beginning to the end of the actual publication process. So if you haven't checked it out, the link is down below. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffsAtLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.